Anyone with even a basic understanding of American history understands that the United States was in many ways built off the backs of many broken promises and broken treaties with the Native Americans, except in Texas, where in 1847 a treaty was signed between private citizens and the Comanche, a treaty that was unbroken and later went on to be recognized by the US government. The Muspak-Comanche Treaty. It was between German settlers near Fredericksburg and the Comanche. Now, the Fisher-Miller land grant back in the day basically earmarked 3.8 million acres for settlement from immigrants who arrived in Texas under sponsorship of the Society for the Protection of German Immigrants. Honestly, that's something British people can understand. Oh, that land over there, can I just put my flag on it and now it's ours? Is it ours now? You know what, guys? I'm going to say that's ours. But in this case, it was a little bit different because part of the treaty said that the land had to be settled by 1847, otherwise it was forfeit. Okay, now this is where it got kind of interesting because there wasn't a lot of US government support down there. So there was no protection for people that were going to go in and survey the land. And there, as such, surveyors refused to enter Comanche land for fear of attack. Well, John O. Muspak, which is a more English version of the very German name he was born with, along with the help of an Indian agent, Robert Neighbors, entered Comanche land against recommendation from the powers that be. Now, there is a lot to this, and in fact, you can find very, very detailed reports of this expedition. But nonetheless, Muspak was able to negotiate with three powerful chiefs, Old Owl, Santa Anna, and Buffalo Hump, who was something of a legend himself. Now, Muspak, quite interesting, was known by the natives as El Sol Colorado because of his long red beard. It's not quite Dances with Wolves, but you know what? El Sol Colorado, kind of a cool name. Now, this treaty that they signed opened up the 3 million acres to white settlers, but it also opened the white settlements to the Comanche. There was mutual reporting on wrongdoing by both sides and promises by both sides that they would curtail their lawbreakers. It also provided surveys of the area with a $1,000 payment to the natives, and Emil Krivitz was chosen to live with the natives as an intermediary. Of the 5 settlements that came as a result of this treaty, one still exists in Texas, Castle, small unincorporated town of Castle, Texas. As for the treaty, it was returned to Texas in 1970 and has actually been on display at the Texas State Library since 1972. And many people claim this is the longest unbroken treaty with Native Americans in American history.